Marigold lived in a tiny cottage with a thatched roof. The windows were bright and cheery, just like Marigold. Every morning she greeted the sun with a smile. "Good morning, world, another beautiful day." Marigold was a kind old soul who always found joy in simple things. She loved tending to her little garden, humming with the bees and watching fluffy clouds drift by. Life is a gift, she'd say, even when it's a little bit wonky. One sunny afternoon, while weeding her vegetable patch, her trowel struck something hard. "Oh my!" she exclaimed, bending down for a closer look. It was a gleaming golden pot, half buried in the soil. "Well, now, isn't this a surprise?" Marigold chuckled, carefully brushing off the dirt. The pot shimmered and shone in the sunlight. This could fetch a pretty penny at the market. She imagined all the yummy soup she could buy. Marigold hugged the pot tightly, its metallic coolness pressing against her cheek. As she held it, the gold began to fade, replaced by a soft, silvery sheen. "Oh my!" she gasped. "It's even prettier now." She admired the way it shimmered in the sunlight. Marigold placed her newfound treasure on the kitchen table. "Tomorrow we visit the market," she declared to her ginger cat Clementine, who merely blinked slowly in response. That night, Marigold dreamt of silver spoons and bowls full of warm, buttery porridge. The next morning, Marigold reached for the silver pot, but gasped at its transformation. The silver had darkened, turning into dull, heavy iron. "Well now," she said with a chuckle, "you are a fickle one, aren't you?" Even though the pot was no longer shiny and new, Marigold wasn't disappointed. "Iron is just as useful," she mused, picturing a sturdy cooking pot for her soups and stews, perhaps even more so. Clementine rubbed against her legs, purring loudly. "You're right, Clementine," Marigold said, scratching behind the cat's ears. "A warm meal and good company are worth more than all the gold and silver in the world." As Marigold stirred the bubbling stew, a low rumble shook the cottage. The iron pot on the table began to tremble and shake. Suddenly, with a burst of light, it transformed once again. Standing before her was not a pot, but a funny-looking furry creature with mismatched ears and a wagging tail. "Well, hello there," Marigold greeted the creature with a warm smile. "You certainly are a curious fellow, aren't you?" The creature, which vaguely resembled a cross between a rabbit and a badger, blinked at her with large, soulful eyes. The creature hopped off the table and rubbed against Marigold's legs affectionately. From that day forward, the creature, whom Marigold named Bogey, became her loyal companion. They shared their days tending the garden, enjoying the sunshine, and marveling at the everyday wonders of their little corner of the world. Life, Marigold decided, was full of surprises, and it was best to greet each one with an open heart and a joyful spirit.